Ever noticed how the loudest words are the ones never spoken? The most brutal revenge, the only kind that sticks, is never rage, never insult, never the last word shouted into a phone. It's silence. And silence isn't empty. It's heavy. It lingers. It stalks the guilty, following them through every room, every mirror, every 3 a.m. when their soul can't find peace. Right now, if you're listening, you already know this pain. Maybe you're the one holding your tongue. Maybe you're the one hoping for just one reply. But deep down, you sense that what you refuse to say has more power than anything you ever could. You want proof? Ask yourself this. Why is it that every apology, every explanation, every frantic "please talk to me" from someone who hurt you always feels hollow, but a single, cold, unbroken silence can drive a person mad for years? It's because silence isn't forgiveness. It isn't punishment. It's a verdict. When you disappear, not just from someone's life, but from their story, you become the ghost they can't outgrow. You become the echo that never fades, the wound that never scabs over. It's the kind of pain they can't post about, the kind they can't defend against, because you've given them nothing, no ammo, no target, no closure. When you go silent, when you refuse to give them the dignity of a final fight, you force them to face the truth naked and alone. They replay their own words in the void. They wonder which moment, which lie, which betrayal finally snapped your patience. And the more they reach for you, the more they try to bait you, provoke you, get a reaction, the harder the silence bites. Nothing shreds the ego like realizing the person you wounded doesn't even care enough to respond. That's not indifference. That's the sound of a door slamming shut for good. I want you to picture her, the one who ghosted, betrayed, lied, moved on like you were yesterday's news. You think she doesn't think about you? Wrong. She hears your silence every time her new boyfriend laughs in a way you never did. She feels it in the awkward pause before she falls asleep. In the split second she checks her phone at midnight, hoping to see your name and finding only darkness. That's the language of guilt. It doesn't speak. It suffocates. Here's what nobody tells you. Words can be twisted. Apologies can be faked. Fights can be remembered in ways that suit the winner. But silence can't be rewritten. It stands alone, a monument to what they lost. Most people are addicted to noise, scrolling, texting, arguing, posting, anything to drown out the ache. But silence is immune. It's the only currency the guilty can't spend. If you've ever wondered what would happen if you just walked away, if you never explained yourself, never stooped to their level, here's your answer. You become unforgettable. You become the itch they can't scratch, the story they can't finish, the question that keeps them up, playing detective in a crime scene where the evidence is gone. She'll pretend she's fine. She'll laugh louder, post more, flaunt new beginnings. But every moment she isn't busy is a moment she feels the chill you left behind. Silence is the mirror she can't look away from. It's a sentence with no appeal, and it's the only language the guilty actually understand. Let's get raw for a second. When you choose silence, you aren't being weak. You're being lethal. You're saying you are not worthy of my words, my energy, or my time. You're teaching her, and anyone else who tried to break you, that access to you is a privilege, not a right. And once revoked, that door never opens again. But here's the catch. To truly haunt the guilty, your silence has to be real. No passive-aggressive posts, no cryptic stories, no second accounts lurking in the shadows. You have to vanish. Not just from her phone, but from her future. You become a myth, and people never move on from legends. They just spend the rest of their lives chasing echoes. If this feels like your story, say it out loud in the comments. Don't hold it in. You're not alone. And your silence is proof that you've risen above the games. And if you're done begging for closure, done talking to walls, done bleeding for people who never even bring you a bandage, subscribe right now. Not because you need more noise, but because you're ready to live in the silence that builds kings, not victims. Thank you for listening. This is Matt, signing off from the Closure Club. See you in the next one where silence isn't weakness. It's the ultimate comeback.